Mike Van and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirth and head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on as Angmar. Apologies for last week being short on videos. I was unexpectedly called busy at the weekend, I'm afraid, and couldn't get anything out. So I thought I'd make Canned suffer rather than Angmar because, spoiler alert, I prefer the Angmar campaign. So here we are with the second of Angmar, and then whatever the other video this week will be canned, whenever it will be, sorry. So in the last episode we had our disastrous turn at an attempt at taking Bree. I'd sent Trash, and Trash came back with no results. So we are building a secondary army that will hopefully consist of slightly better forces. There are some conscripts in there, but otherwise the troops that are coming to us support are generally speaking mid-tier at least. But of course we don't have the military infrastructure, as many people have told me to get it, and I've repeatedly and continuously ignored such claims. So here we are, with our underperforming nation, our underperforming armies, but yet victory so near and in sight. So we shall end the turn and progress to the next turn. Now, in terms of behind the scenes, Imladris is indeed shaping up and taking shape. That's tautological. It is indeed coming together. The High Elves, as you will know them, are being tweaked, manipulated, edited to be the best that they can be under our leadership and guidance. Now, last episode, or an episode some time ago, I mentioned that we would be removing some of the regions in Mythlond, namely probably Forlond, but in truth, we are not going to do that. We are going to leave the High Elves with all three regions, and we will edit their stats another way. One such way will be to weaken economically the provinces of the Linden area, and see if we can't go about weakening them that way. I'd like farming from you, please. Thank you. Money-wise, we're making about 2,000 a turn, which isn't too shabba-labba-ding-dong, is it? And we've got some forces returning to be repaired, retrained. Our army gathers, and our faction heir, Lord Hoonvorn the Chivalrous, heads to lead at the moment Captain Kararek. What a name. Kararek. It's probably not Kararek, that's reading it as though it were Sindarin. But I doubt that it is.
Your orders, my lord.
The dwarves come again, but Bari Donyonak has nothing, and it will fall, and we'll get the money for it. But they also attack us at the Luminous. If we can get those cavalry to bear, we will massacre them. I will massacre you. Now, if we can just get you into the battle. Yes. No, hold on. Let's try and go there. Yes, there we are. Now, Bree might attack us. That'd be a real pain in the patella. A Bree allied to... yes, they are. Damn, and blast. We've got a three-way alliance posed and poised against us. Which is disappointing to learn. Have we got any other forces en route? Litash, how are you doing? 2 more orcs to come. Got some wargs coming from Mount Graham. And speaking of Mount Graham, there's definitely a developer diary on the horizon, because Mount Graham, the town of Shadoon, is now, drumroll please, hopefully you heard that, right there in the middle of the mountains. So no longer is Shadoon on the edge, the sort of peak sticking out of the Etten Moors, which possibly is more accurate to where Mount Graham actually is, but instead it is now in the middle. It will probably still be called Shadoon, although I don't know actually, because we do take some geographical names for geographical places, and so it will be there. Now, something I do just want to say, apologies for long-time fans, you will definitely know this already, but this bug here, whereby they don't look anything like they actually should look, is a well-documented bug. And it is nothing that we can fix. It is hard-coded problem with the engine that when the fog of war rolls over, for whatever reason, the game reverts the design back to... I can't recall where in the files it takes it from, but it reverts the design away from what it actually is supposed to be. There you are, you see it there as well. So the custom model always gets covered over, but that only applies when it's in the fog of war. When you actually then arrive at the location, it will look as it is supposed to look. Oh no, you've not done that, Marmatus. Withdrawing, or what's the real point?
Rally to me, men.
No, but if we'd auto-resolved, he might well have died, actually. So.
Making camp here.
Ah, the dwarves do have support, and we will fight outside the walls of that region, which is the most mouthfully region in the whole of the game. Captain Bavor brings with them 2 units of Longbeard Swordsmen. No general, you'll note. Firebird Warriors. Firebird Warriors. Pikes and Militia. And there's some Azagard's Tomb Protectors, that's a concern. They are mightily powerful. And then lower tier, there's some 2 Phalanx as well. It is actually a pretty damn good army, and the Gabilgathol will do well too. So in we go. Now, something... Once the High Elves are ready, I would like to kick off, to be honest, with their campaign straight away. Chiefly because we're all waiting for the High Elves to be finished, modders included. And partly that is out of me, because I haven't done much modding. Well, I'm hoping to do some this weekend. But anyway, irrelevant to the current tribulations. Once the High Elves are ready, I would like to debut them on the channel straight away, so that you can all get a feel for what the new High Elf faction will look and feel like in a proper battle. In a proper campaign, sorry. We're going to go on this hill here. And so at the time that they are ready, which probably is still like about a month away, if a campaign has not already concluded, I will then likely at that time pop up some sort of poll to decide which one of these campaigns should get the chop. Angmar or canned. Now it'll almost certainly be canned, because the Angmar one is far from won, whereas, as I'm sure many of you are aware, the canned campaign is pretty much sealed and in the bag. I'm enjoying it, but I am enjoying Angmar more. There's only 22 of those. We've actually got quite a pathetic little army, really, haven't we? Have faith in the Iron Crown. Right, you guys come and stand there. Generals, we'll worry about what to do with you in a moment, I think. But cavalry, you can go down there. I didn't notice any siege, actually, so I don't think we have need of siege. The power of Angmar compels you. It's not what they say, but it sounds a bit like that, doesn't it? Righty-ho. So, defenders of Angmar. This is our time. The dwarves stand before us out on the plains. They seek to crush us once more beneath their boot. Although, of course, they did not take part in our destruction some 1,000 years prior. They relish in the outcome of the same. Right, move over to there. I like using the phrase "the same," and I think it elevates a letter from anyone could have written this to a solicitor definitely drafted this letter. Another good phrase to use if you want to elevate your letter writing skills is "as regards." So rather than saying "in relation to point 2" or talking about the weather, you say "as regards point 2" or "as regards the weather," and that elevates your letter. That will win you some brownie points. 13 of you come and stand on the left over there, and where you're not going to really do anything. If we could all possibly get out of the way of the archers, that would be absolutely smashing. They're not going to do out, but if we can try and increase what they will do. Now, here's the real question. Guardians of Khandum, arrayed in full embodiment. That's not the right word. Arrayed in with full retinue. How are they going to fare against Azagard's Tomb Protectors? Maces ready, shields up. Give them everything you have, boys. Here we go. The charge. The Tomb Protectors turn to face. They gain their speed, and 1 dies? No. 20 die. Well done. Now pull away before they murder you, which they are definitely about to do. Is that the run button?
The battle is very much
yes,
in
that
our
is the
favor.
run button.
Victory will be
That's
ours.
the speed button. This mouse is taking some getting used to. Everyone stands ready, defensive lines. The enemy is coming from down the hill, giving us a nice little reprieve. But if we just cheese the game for a moment and pause it, we'll charge them. Because then we will get to keep the hill. You two then run to there and make sure you are running. Generals, you're going to flank around that left-hand side, and you folks are going to come up from the bottom because you're slightly stronger generals and you can handle it. And we've got those weak and pathetic units. Just get those to the edge. Oh, wrong button. There we are. There we are. You fellows charge it whatever you like. You're hitting them. You curl on them. You curl on them. That turns them around. Pull yourselves out. Agendaur. Ah, Agendaur's on that side. Damn and blast and damn again. I didn't want him on that side. I wanted him on the other side, and I've just realised my error.
The battle is very much in our favour.
Right, you go and distract them, and then the cavalry will get a charge in. The Tomb Protectors are a really powerful unit, and there's another set of them coming from over here. There they are. You're throwing things, are you not? Yes, lovely volley. Square into them. Nice. Alright, curl yourselves in. You hit those in the back. Don't get caught up with the lesser folk. Those protectors are running faster than we can catch them. That's frustrating. Is that a unit routing? Oh no. I thought for a second there. 30% of the enemy has died. Charging down the hill. Who would have thought that utilising a feature of the game that is designed to assist you would actually benefit you? Alright, let's just turn and charge and hit them, and then that'll let them catch up. Go on, charge. You didn't really charge, did you? Right, now you pull out. The general's arrived. He'll keep them busy. Then you turn and hit them in the flank. That unit is then dead. Got Longbeard phalanx. The Tomb Protectors over there are getting closer and closer. Oh, but we've won on the north. We have won in the north. Pull south. Oh, I missed you. I missed you dearly. My heart aches. There we are. This unit here, we need to hit them in the rear.
Only half the
Oh wow, the enemy's
force
getting
remains.
massacred. Our lines are holding so well. This is what happens when you have the faction leader in attendance. Everyone pays more attention in the meeting when the faction leader is the one giving it. Oh, we've got more routing over there. They are absolutely capitulating. Right, you're not even going to be needed, so you can go and deal with the reinforcements coming. Likewise, archers, cease. Get over there. Toot sweet. Sharpish like. How are you guys doing? Perfect. Turn and hit them. They're down to only 39. They're not doing as well as one first thought. Right, if you've won, then turn and support your brothers in arms further down the line. Angmar will prevail, and not just prevail. We shall soar like an eagle. Rising from the depths of history, we return to destruction. What have we got down there? Longbeard phalanx still giving us jip. Move into positions. Kill all in your path. How many of them are left? 3! Very well. Alright, the mace men have got them. Mace boys roll. You're both shooting at them, are you not? Knock. Aim. Loose. Rain bloody fury down upon them. Oh, those are only good Bilgathol guards, sorry, but they do have a nice shield, meaning those archers will be relatively ineffective. But if we position you slightly further up the hill, and you curl round there ready. Curl round there ready. We have slaughtered them, and not only that, we've managed to maintain a significant proportion of our armies. 27% before we even factor in healing. And the cavalry comes. Slowly but surely. The Bilgathol Guard have yet to lose a single dwarf to our consistent fire. And not only that, we are now out of arrows. So you charge in. And we'll charge in Agendaur when it's all done and dusted. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong damn button.
We've captured the enemy's general. Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
That's all over.
It's time to press the attack.
Agendaur, he probably needs assistance. Keep Agendaur safe. Bring up the other two generals. Oh no, they're trying to just bust through. Ah, wrong button again. Run, everyone, run. Oh, hang on, look, they've presented themselves. Guardians.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him,
Oh, that was an absolute massacre. That was an amazing charge, well done. And then send in the generals to pop it up. Agendau, you might as well use your power now. Might give them pause. The dwarves form a sturdy circle to hold back the rising tide of Angmar. And they are utterly surrounded. Outnumbered and outmanned, they cannot hope to hold here. Every shield splintered, every sword shall be broken, their armour shall be cleft in twain, as will their people, their nation. The very beating heart of the mountain shall be rendered useless. I was going to say rent then, and I failed with that one. Ended with rendered. Down they go, one by one. 3 dwarves remain. Where is Agendauer? He is right there in the middle. We were already looking at him. Oh, the camera moves so slowly when you press the delete button. There he is. Dual wielding like a badass. It would seem to me that... Oh no, there's a second over here. I was going to say, there's only 1 dwarf left, but there are not. There are 2. And let us end this in style. I'm assuming Gabilgathogard cannot break.
This is a clear victory.
That is a splendid victory. Bavor and Dane did not know what hit them, and only 31 piddly dwarves survived. 156 kills went to the Rudauer Huskals, of all things. Well bloody done, men. A queen she was of the Woodland Elves, the wife of Celeborn of Doriath. Yet she herself was of the Noldor, and remembered the day before days in Valinor. Galadriel of the Rings of Power and the Third Age. I've heard suggestion that Galadriel will feature in the upcoming Amazon series, because of course she's alive in the Second Age. And the Second Age for Galadriel is her slowly rising to power in Lothlorien. So starting out as just a refugee and then eventually ending up as queen, if I'm not mistaken. Because, of course, Amroth and people like that need to die before her. But then do they go in the Third Age? I can't quite recall the history of Lorien, I'm afraid. Many will. Kill them all.
Such is the fate of all.
And they didn't really like us here, so we'll exterminate the populace.
Victory!
Right, what we are trying to do is find
has fallen.
a projection point, if you will. A single province that projects deep into the heart of the Blue Mountains holdings, so that will be the point they focus all their attention, so that we can defend in a single point. We do not want to have to put up with what is happening right now, where we have a defensive front line. Ah, yes, the image is wrong for some reason. But pause for just one moment, because Glorfindel's prophecy, like his people, lies shattered in ruin. The elves of Imladris are no more, and the Witch King of Angmar has been sent north once again to finish what he started over 1,000 years ago. The free people of the north have little hope of surviving his coming. Now, I think the reason that does not have an image is because when I started this campaign, I had not put them in the game yet. But he's finally arrived, the Witch King of Angmar. There he is. Legio, an insane number. Is that 42? Or is that 62? No, because the X is before the L. I'm sure L is 50. So that's 42. So it's the 42nd Legion. 42nd Legion, sorry. 42th. What an amateur. The Witch King of Angmar arrives. Now, the Witch King comes with Guardians of Khandum, hence the reason why he has a Legion denomination. But you will note that he sounds like a normal person.
An order. As you command.
That is maybe something we can change. I'm not entirely certain if we can. Otherwise, I think we would have. So he may be stuck as sounding like a normal person. We'll certainly look into that.
Your will, my lord.
But what we're going to do right now is not have him wasted away in Angmar, but get him to the front lines. But we do need support to move to Anuminas, and we've got dwarves coming in. So there's a small gathering of troops here that could already go. Those are retraining in the normal method, aren't they? They're not. They don't need to be trained like these two. They are just retraining. So, Witch King, head to the border.
I've tried whipping them.
Take some better quality troops with you. Oh, look, those are just being retrained. I don't know what's going on with them. We won't bother with that. Now, the army here, I need some of you to move out.
I'm only here to fight the Yuggle. I'll rip off your head and spit down your neck.
The Witch King is going to be such a powerful unit against the dwarves. Respawning Guardians of Kharndum. Yes, please. Absolutely, yes, please. Oh, we really want them to attack us there, though. That's going to be a really difficult battle. Oh, and the Breelanders are coming from Imladris. Misty Mountains, can you please do something? You are currently a great disaster to me. But as others have mentioned, I can destroy some buildings in Anuminas, like the Royal Rangers Guild, the Dunedain Barracks, and if we're really on it, we're not too bothered about the Herbalist either, are we? Let's be honest, we might lose the province anytime now, and the 666 gold will go a long way to helping us elsewhere. But we'll keep the others in case we claim it back, but I'm not bothered about an Herbalist. But there we are, Imladris is now training some troops so that hopefully by the time that army arrive, Christ, it's massive. It's absolutely bloody massive.
My lord. By your command, my lord. Orders.
There we are, our army assembles. Oh, you've only got space for 2 more units. In which case, the rest of you, north, join the Witch King of Angmar.
My lord.
Well, if that unit joins you, that's one more. We've got all of those. You guys head over there. You're heading over there. Captain Harek, go back to Imladris. We're training troops out of everywhere. Litish has stopped. Orcs are coming. You go with the Witch King. Shadoon, you're going to send those wargs with the Witch King. And the other troops will just hold in reserve, ready to go. Once we've killed Captain Fra, though, I'm not so sure the dwarves will come through that way. I think they will go for Bari Donyonak now, if I'm honest. But we have got to send something south. We can't abandon Anuminas to nothingness. So Agendour and Badwila, you guys go. You're going to be out. Don't want to use them in a city situation. So I'm not too bothered about archers. I will take the Huskals. I will take the Iron Crown. No, this is the defensive force. Oh, it's got massive reinforcements coming. So take those and make your way south. And build me some towers while you're going, because we can't see anything.
An order. Nothing shall escape your notice in these lands, my lord.
Head out over there. Right, you guys should be able to hold. I have no doubt. Formidable men such as yourself. No question of it, is there? No question at all. But do repair your walls so that the enemy can't just waltz in. And the Witch King will deal with Fra when he finally arrives, which actually won't be too far away, I shouldn't imagine. Fra is basically on top of us. They could do with one more unit. Look how many archers we've got in that army. Goodness gracious me. Athelin is also training a baluster of all things. That's interesting. Now, this army, I do want to take Bree. I really want to sweep the leg, and I'm not really bothered about your baluster actually. Look, why don't you train one of them, and we'll just take another unit then.
Yes. We'll make camp here.
Perfect. End the turn.
Splitting the troops.
The Witch King will change everything, I have no doubt. Although I'm very disappointed you didn't get to see the image that we did use for that UI segment of the Witch King arriving, because it looks amazing. It was such a cool representation of the Witch King. Nothing like the film's version. It looked so good. I was really chuffed with it. But of course, you won't see that now because it wasn't there.
Fall back. We must regroup.
Interestingly, they've broken the siege, but a larger force is coming, suggesting that maybe Anuminas is going to be our breaking point, our breaching point.
We are disgraced.
But reinforcements are coming.
Retreat.
I might pull the full garrison out of Donyonak, actually, because the dwarves seem to be bending toward Agendour. So if we can meet them in the field with an army that just decimated a much bigger army than they're bringing now, then we stand a real chance here. Oh, it's all up in the air, though, isn't it? It's all up in the air.
My lord.
Rightio.
Orders.
You join. You make your way south.
Orders.
You off to Bree.
As you wish. Yes.
Just as the bloody snow comes, of course.
Move! My lord. As you wish.
Everyone sort of just move through.
My lord. As you wish. Your will, my lord. By your command.
New location for recruitment. Ah, Bree have moved away from Imladris. Well, if we can build an army in Imladris, we can even then come in on Amun Sul too, can't we?
Not possible.
So Milvatarth, send all your units to Imladris. Which doesn't... It's not going to be a good army, but any kind of annoyance that we can usher upon the eastern edges of Bree's Empire would be cracking. Most useful. Right, in light of what's coming, I would like to pull pretty much everything that's not...
Orders. Your will, my lord. Orders.
Put all of that lot out.
Yes. Forming up into a force to be feared.
If you can build that. Any chance? No, none whatsoever. But anyway, you head over to Anuminas. You must relieve Aurgamund and the garrison there. Although actually,
Yes,
Baduila, you head north and assist the Witch King. He can do with a general in his army.
Making an order.
You've got 2 generals, haven't you, Hoonvorn? Yes. Now, Hoonvorn will do with Bree what we previously could not. We shall destroy them. Ah, can't retrain. Now, we can, but I don't think that's recruitment retraining. That's a shame. Ah, but we are getting an army barracks, only 3 turns away. And I think we've already got the best hillman one. Yes, we have. Yeah, we could put a warg camp. I'm not too interested in that, if I'm honest. I'm not all that bothered about where the wargs come from. Right, I think we're in another end turn. Let's see what the dwarves do with the Numinous. Oh, I forgot to move you. Sorry, friends. Always one gets left behind. Always the one. Something I asked in a Warhammer video last week, which a Warhammer video I appreciate. Those are just random. If you watch them and enjoy them, then good on you, but I'm never expecting that to take off, if you will. But I did pose the question as there's a new Amazon Lord of the Rings series coming out. Not series, sorry, game. And it is a Lord of the Rings online game. Unfortunately, it's free to play. And which means it will be pay to win, almost certainly. And I was wondering if people would be interested whenever it does drop, which we have no further information on, but when it does drop, would people be interested in seeing me play it? Yes or no? It would be my question. I've never played Lotro, the current Lord of the Rings online. This game is simply called The Lord of the Rings. I don't think it actually has any other aspect to its title. And I have no idea when it comes out, but it's been announced. So that's something that maybe would feature on the channel in time. Now, I am afraid I do not have time to fight this battle. I shall have to go, as I've got my food in the oven. I suppose I could always fight it later and merge them together through an edit, but I won't do that. It's about 30 minutes anyway, and that's always bang on what I'm hoping for. I like the 30-minute mark, because those are the that's the length of time of videos that I watch. Anyway, we shall fight Captain Fra. Oh no, what am I talking about? We're never going to fight that battle. Absolute idiot. Sorry, I'm just rambling like an absolute moron. I can give you another 5 minutes. I was fearing fighting the battle would last a long time, but of course, no, we're never going to fight that battle. Some conscripts versus 5 heavily armoured dwarven units. I think it's a done deal.
We must make a
Now,
stand.
please don't have...
We are
Yes.
besieged.
I was hoping they wouldn't have siege, and they don't. So that's good. Our army should be able to get there in time, and we'll smash them. We'll smash them! As we chip away at the holdings of the dwarves. Now, the Witch King, if successful, I think should even press further on. Go and take Fuerost in the northern section. Let's give the dwarves 2 areas to face. Give them something to really think about.
Orders.
Because, oh, how we hate them.
My lord. Yes. Move. Orders. Joining, my lord.
Right, the Witch King's army slowly assembles,
My lord. Orders.
gathers.
Yes.
Shadoon can no longer train. I'm assuming we are now losing money. Let's take those out. Nothing else is training, is it?
My lord. Your will, my lord. Orders. We're combining forces.
Right, there we are. The
have
Breeland
marched our limit.
Reclamation
We have marched
Army
our
stands prepared. Litash and Morvatat just got communal farming. That's good. Ah, look, and you can sneak right through the middle of those 2 dwarven units.
We'll stop here.
Your orders, my lord.
Baduila, curl yourself
Honor,
around there.
We shall continue tomorrow.
Barkaleg
We
doesn't
can
have
go
anything
no
further to
my
add.
lord.
None of them do. That is everything. That's your lot. That's all you're going to get.
My lord. Yes.
You guys are heading to
As you
Imladris,
wish.
where the Bree army still
We can go no
flirts on the
further
edge
today.
there. Dundon's still holding the angle of all places. That's... Our hope to get them into the war came of nothing. Oh, there's an army and a half.
Welcome a trial by
And they've brought a general with them.
Yes.
That'll be the Witch King's first challenge.
Your will, my orders.
He'll have a reasonable army,
Yes,
nothing amazing. Oh, but Dweeler's just
Your
gained of an
orders, my
age. Oh, he's 50, so he's become grey. Gained of an age? That makes no sense whatsoever. He has gotten old. He old, innit? Right. that is where I shall end this episode. Poised to attack the dwarves.
I'm only here to fight the Yuggle-loot.
That's not a very good army at all, is it? And we don't know what Dralen's army looks like. Have I got a spy? It's still knocking around the Breland. Don't worry about that. Head up to the doors now. Oh, Fornos is not very well defended either. We should take that after Bree falls.
Continuing tomorrow.
Just wait and see. Bree will fall. But anyway, that is where I am going to end it. So let me know your thoughts on very, very, very massively preemptively. Are you happy for Can to be the campaign that ends whenever the High Elves are ready? And would you like me to play the Lord of the Rings game whenever it is eventually released? But until we speak again, dear friends, that's all for now. So Navarne den Perimad Melunin, and farewell.